When I got into my late teens, I had pretty unreasonable fitness goals. I've always been a huge superhero movie fan, and I decided what I really wanted was to look like Captain America. You know, from that shot where the machine opens up and reveals his new, crazy, jacked body. I wanted that. You can see the problem starting already. So when I got to my first year university and had easy access to a gym, I started hitting it 5 or 6 days a week. It was right near most of my classes, so I'd leave class and hit the gym before going home. Fit really nicely into my schedule. Sounds like a recipe for success, right? Well, not when you have a crazy school workload and are on a meal plan that doesn't do too much to help you eat healthy. When my workload got crazier, I dropped down to 4 workouts a week, which is still more than I do now. But when you're eating not so great, working out 4 days a week, and trying to look like Captain America, that's a recipe for stress. And that was kind of my problem for a few years. I realized that as much as I wanted to have a Superman or Wolverine or Captain America bod, I had other priorities and couldn't put the time in to get super ripped. My fitness goal was just too huge for the amount of time I was realistically willing to put into it. I stopped hitting the gym so much and started rock climbing instead because it was a fun way to get exercise, and when I was doing that, I wasn't thinking so much about building a crazy body, I was just having fun climbing. Plus, when I got out of university, I was eating a lot better. I cooked all my own meals and started eating less bread. My only recurring food problem was whenever I'd go play Dungeons & Dragons with my friends, I'd be really bad at disciplining myself and eat way too many snacks. Like, a crazy amount. Oh, so good though. So many snacks. Anyway, with that lifestyle, I stayed in shape that, I'd usually look in the mirror and say, pretty good, which is fine, but I always sort of knew I could do better. And turns out I was right. Jump forward to 6 weeks ago. I'd been trying to come up with a Halloween costume for this year, and admittedly, I always like to go in a sexy-ish costume. Yeah, I know, I'm one of those people that uses Halloween as an excuse to dress like a slut, but I'm in my 20s, it's still acceptable. Anyway, I came across a picture of Harrison Ford from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. His shirt was ripped and unbuttoned, and he was holding a sword, and he looked awesome. And he was in really good shape, but not insane superhero shredded shape, reasonable, muscly-ish, healthy, sustainable shape. And it just kind of clicked in my head. I want to look like that. I didn't need to be in Captain America shape. If I can just look like this consistently, I will never stop being happy with my fitness. And that became my new goal. But I wanted to hit it by Halloween, so that gave me a bit of a ticking clock. I had 6 weeks until Halloween, but I had to balance this fitness goal with working 40 hours a week at my day job and making a minimum of 1 animated video a week for my YouTube channel. This was only going to be doable with a schedule that I'd have to follow religiously. So I set 3 days a week where I'd get up earlier and go do a 45-minute workout at the gym. Pairing that with my 20-minute walk to and from work was all the exercise I really needed. But I still needed to eat a little bit better to cut off some extra body fat and to put on a little bit of muscle. So less nachos and mac and cheese, and more salmon and chicken. And these are both tasty meals too. I have them with a side of onion rings, and I either do homemade maple glazed salmon or put a butter chicken sauce on the chicken. I'm not trying to look like Captain America, so I don't need to be eating tons of flavorless chicken and rice or totally sugar-free meals. I can still have fun with my food. But I did stop buying desserts. Not having them in the apartment meant I wasn't tempted by them at home anymore. If I really needed a sweetness kick, I'd just eat a spoonful of organic peanut butter. Good protein, and naturally sweet. Honestly, the only really hard part of this process was trying to avoid unhealthy foods when hanging out with friends or at work where there are tons of easily accessible snacks. The way I kept myself from overindulging was I decided at the beginning of the week, based on my hanging out plans with friends, what days I'd allow myself to eat some worse foods. And knowing those days were coming kept me honest on the days that I said I was sticking to mostly healthier foods. Then, after 6 weeks of sticking to a totally reasonable but healthy fitness routine, I bought my costume and, well, I don't know what you think, but I'm pretty thrilled with the results. For the last 6 weeks, I have been consistently happy with my fitness, and that is such an incredible feeling. And I know I'm gonna have one hell of a cheat day after Halloween, but this is going to continue to be my routine. I'm not willing to fall back into the days of being unsatisfied with myself, especially when I know this schedule is totally doable without stressing me out. And I absolutely think that if you want to look like Captain America or The Rock or someone like that, you can, but only if that is really a big enough priority that you're willing to put in the insane hours consistently for years and years. I know I'm not, and now I know I don't need to be happy. This is the me I'm happy with, and I plan on staying this way. And obviously, if you're totally happy as you are, then don't change a thing. You're already doing great. A happy life is different for different people. This video is more so to help inspire people who have realized they're not happy, and to show them that they can get there with a little extra work. So if you're not happy with yourself and want to get better, here's my recommendations. Figure out how much time you can prioritize to your fitness, cut out some of your less healthy meals, and pick a fitness goal that you can reasonably achieve with the amount of effort you're willing to put in. It worked for me, and I really hope it works for you.